And you're going to see a lot of them saturating the earth. Matter of fact, because when the Third World War and all that's going on, all right, it's Joel 2. Joel 2, it says, blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain, that all the inhabitants of the land tremble. For the day of the Lord cometh, it is nigh at hand, right? The day of the Lord cometh, it is nigh at hand. But how is the Lord coming? With his chariots, all right? Let's get Revelations to back that up. Then we're going to jump back into Joel, all right? Revelations 1. And 7, it says, behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierce him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so among, right? So it says, behold, right? He cometh with clouds. Another name for the chariots is clouds. And all eyes are going to see him. And also those which pierced him, right? And who pierced him? Those Roman soldiers. They're back here today. Understand? Those centurions back in ancient Rome are back here today. Today they're known as police. Alright? They're back here today and they're going to see him. Alright? As it says, he cometh with clouds and all eyes shall see him, even they which pierced him. Alright? Let's go back to Joel again. It says, Joel 2 and 2, it says, a day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness. Right? It says a day of clouds. What are the clouds? What you ignorantly call UFOs, and it says it's documented in the Bible. Right? All that is documented in the Bible. Day of clouds and thick darkness, meaning chariots are going to saturate the sky. It's going to block out the sun. You won't see the sun or the moon. It says a day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains. So just as you see when the sun is rising and you see that bright light starting to move over the mountains, so when you see the chariots coming, you're going to see that shadow starting to cover the land. They showed it that in that movie Independence Day, when you saw the chariots coming in, all you saw was that dark cloud starting to spread over the land like shade. Right? That's how it's going to be when the Lord returns. It says, a day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong, right? There has not been ever the like, neither shall there be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. Bottom line is, the event that's going to take place when the Lord returns, it won't ever happen again. That never happened before, neither will anything happen like that again after it. When you see how those chariots are going to saturate the earth, right? What you ignorantly call UFO, and they saturate the earth, and when they deliver the Most High's chosen people, the Hebrew Israelites, the 1/3, as I read in Zechariah the 13th chapter, that's going to be brought through the fire, all right? When we get delivered up into the chariots, right? When we get delivered up into the chariots, right? And be delivered from the destruction coming. That never happened before. And it ain't going to ever happen again after. All right? It says, a fire devours before them, and behind them a flame burneth. Right? That's talking about the destruction. That fire we read, as the Lord, He's going to bring the 1/3 through the fire. It says, a fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness. Yea, nothing shall escape them, and nothing is going to escape it. Nothing is escaping it. I don't care where you're trying to flee to. Where you trying to run to? Where you trying to hide at? There's no escaping it. Matter of fact, the elites that's going to be hiding themselves in their underground bunkers and all that, they're going to get taken up out of there. Why? To get put in bondage. That's also prophecies of the Bible. Understand? American destruction, Israelite, the true biblical Hebrew Israelites, you people of Negro and Indian descent, the Latinos and Hispanics. We're the true biblical Israelites, right? Our deliverance, the elect deliverance out of our nation. Alright? And Lord willing, I am one of those. Alright? I am one of the elect, Lord willing, to be delivered out of the destruction coming. Understand? Because believe me, you don't want to get caught up in it. You don't want to be a part of that destruction, man. Understand? You might think it's nothing now. Understand? If I die quick in the nuclear, it ain't going to happen like that. Y'all are going to feel the pain. You're going to feel the burn, man. Understand? It ain't going to be easy as some of y'all probably think it is. It's going to be a quick, easy death. Nah. The Lord knows that y'all are thinking that. Understand? But He's going to make you feel the pain of the destruction. Alright? Let's get on Malachi. Malachi 4:1, it says, for behold, the day cometh, that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord, that it shall leave them to lack. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, meaning the Lord of armies, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. The day is going to come that's going to burn them all up, the 2/3 of our nation and the heathens. Understand? And the heathens. Let's get Zechariah again. Prove that, and all the heathens too. 2/3 of our people are going to get burnt up, but also the heathens. Zechariah 14:12, it says, and this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all people that have fought against Jerusalem. Right? Remember, Jerusalem is the Lord's people. You are people for it was the place, right? Their flesh shall be consumed away while they stand upon their feet. They showed that in the movie Terminator 2, right? When Sarah O'Connor had the vision, right? And you saw when that nuclear missile exploded over the city, and they was in the playground with the children, and she grabbed onto the fence, and the fire came and just blow all the flesh off her bones. This is it I'm reading about right here. And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. Right? So that's it right there. Right? The plague. What is the plague? That thermonuclear destruction, and also the fire from the chariots. Right? What you ignorantly call UFO. They put all these things in movies, as I said, but they make you think it's sci-fi. Right? They classify it as sci-fi, so you think it's something made up, it's some science fiction. But it's reality. They're actually showing you reality. Matter of fact, they used to show you people with robotic prosthetics, right, as some science fiction. They show you the $1 Million Man, right, Steve Austin, and you thought back then that this was something made up, right? Now, they're actually showing you that that is reality, right? They got people who actually got those prosthetics, understand? So they show you a lot of things back then that you thought was sci-fi, and how many years later, decades later, right, you see that now it's reality. right? Just as they talk about the mark of the beast, back then they showed you stuff being stamped on people's hands, right? They showed stuff being stamped on people's hands as a mark or a tattoo. That was their way of showing the chip back then. Understand? That was the barcode back in that time. Now we know up in today's world, in the here and now, that it's the microchip it's talking about. The microchip, that everybody's going to have to get it. And you see, it's in Obama's affordable care plan. Understand? You wonder why they made it legal? What was it? The FDA approved the microchip the same time Obamacare or the Affordable Care Act got approved. There's no coincidence in these things. Understand? No coincidences in it. There's a reason why the FDA approved the microchip as soon as Obamacare is approved. No coincidence in that situation. Understand? You don't need to see where you're headed. See where you're going. See where this country's headed. See where it's going. As I read, right, in Proverbs 22 earlier when I started off, right, it said a prudent man foreseeth the evil. You could see what's coming. You could see that a third world war is coming. Right? All the nations are posturing. Alright? All the nations are posturing. North Korea talking reckless. Look at what Iran is doing. Russia's doing. China is doing. Matter of fact, China put out a statement, right? I think to the EU, right? Stand for the de-Americanization of the world. What is that telling you? Understand? You better believe you can see that everything is geared up for a third world war. Look at what's coming. You could see that everything is geared up for martial law in America. Look how the police are militarized. Right? Think of your police force back then. Right? Your friendly neighborhood police back then. Right? They had a baton and a handgun. Right? Now look at them. They're in military weapons, have armored vehicles. Right? They literally are a military force. They got drones now. Right? And permission to fly them. Right? They got everything the military have, maybe even better. Understand? So just looking on these things alone, you can see where it's headed. You will foresee what's coming. Understand? A prudent man foreseeth the evil. You see the evil before it comes. You foresee it. Understand? So y'all, it says, but the simple pass on and are punished. And y'all are simple. Passing on, don't give a damn, don't want to hear. And what? You're going to get punished. They're going to get punished in these last days. And the punishment is going to be death and destruction by pain. Alright? It's going to be death and destruction by pain. Matter of fact, I'm going to start at 2nd Ezra 8. 2nd Ezra 8. And 56 it says, so when they're taking liberty, and that's it right now, the Lord's people, His Israelites, you got liberty right now to do whatever you want to do. You could be a faggot or whatever. You could do whatever you want to do in this land, right? You got liberty to do so, right? It says, for when they're taking liberty, they despise the Most High. And by doing so in your liberty, you've despised the Most High. That's according to Romans, the 1st chapter. Right? Romans, the 1st chapter. Matter of fact, let's get that real quick. Keep in mind what I just read.